Welcome to MyProjectBazaar. Our project title is Robinhood Towards Efficient Work Stealing in Virtualization Environment. The modified abstract is the work ceiling as a common user-level task scheduler for managing and scheduling the task of multi-threading application suffer from inefficient in the virtualization environment because the ceiling atoms of theft threaded by may waste the CPU cycles that would be otherwise used by the busy threads. This paper contributing the novel scheduling framework using named as Robinhood. The basic idea of Robinhood is used to time slice of the thieves to isolate the busy threads with no available task at both the guest operating system level and the virtualization monitoring level. In this way, the Robinhood can reducing the cost of the several attempts and the isolating the threads doing useful work so as to put the CPU cycle to better use. We implementing the Robinhood based on BWS, Linux and Zen. Our evaluations with various benchmarks demonstrating the Robinhood paves a way to effectively run work stealing applications in the virtualization environment. Robinhood can reducing up to 90% and the 72% of the execution time of work stealing application respectively. In data flow diagram, first of all the user login into the process, then user selecting the multiple files from the file chooser, and then after that we getting the file size for all the files which is selected by the user, then we creating the VMs virtual machines in for our process, then we run the tasks, then we selecting the multiple random selection of thread, finally we find out in the theft, then we finally allocating the user selected file to the particular VM. Let's start our demo. Our project title is Robinhood Towards Efficient Work Stealing in Virtualization Environment. Just clicking the button, go start thread. Then this is a user page. Here we are going to choosing the files from the user system. Just click the label, then choosing the multiple files through the file chooser, then click open button. Then in view, here we are choosing the three different type of files. The first one is capture 1 dot, then second one is capture 2 and third one is capture 3. These are the path of the files which are presented in the user system. Then we are getting the file size of the particular file, then for capture 2, then for the capture 3 we are getting the file sizes in the MB format. Next, click the next button. Here this is for virtualization machine creation. Here we have to enter the size of the virtual machine. Here we are creating the two different virtual machines. First entering the bandwidth. Okay, here we are getting the VM ID and their bandwidth. The bandwidth is specified in the MB format because our file size format is in the MB, so we mentioning the VM capacities in MB. Okay, then click the next button. Here we are going to viewing the user list. That is the user file and their user file size. File 0 having the file size 0.85 something, and user file 1 got 0.167 and user file 2 got 0.589. Okay, next, here we are going to start the thread. We are randomly running our thread. First with processing, then our process is completed. Here the user file is 3 different types, so that is task 1, task 2 and the task 3. The 3 are created and starting or started. Then the both are running. And it executed as 1, 3, 2. The file 1 is executed first and the file 3 is executed second and the file 2 is executed at final. Then for run thread 2 processing, and it's also completed. Here also task 2, task 3, 1, both are 1, 2, 3 are created, and here also we are starting the task. Here our task is executed as 2, 3, 1. In previous it executed as 1, 3, 2. Here it executed 2, 3, 1. Third, it's also processing completed. And it finally executed as 1, 2, 3. Depending upon their executions, we are allocating the files to the VM. We are allocating the task file size in the VM1. This is a graph generated by the dynamic. Thank you.